The estate lawyer read the will, looked at my stepmother and said, "This can't be legal." My dad passed away 3 months ago. Pancreatic cancer, the aggressive kind. He'd been sick for 2 years, and during that entire time, Linda made sure I barely saw him. There was always some excuse. He's resting, the chemo made him tired. He's not up for visitors today. Maybe try next week. I drove 4 hours every single weekend anyway. Packed up Friday after work, drove through the night sometimes just to see him. Half the time she wouldn't even let me in the house. She'd crack the door open, give me this sad smile, and say Dad was sleeping or feeling too weak. I'd sit in my car in their driveway for hours hoping he'd look out the window. Sometimes I'd see the curtains move, but Linda would always appear and close them. At the funeral, she played the grieving widow perfectly. Designer black dress, tasteful makeup, dabbing her eyes with a monogrammed handkerchief. She even hugged me at the reception and whispered, "Your father loved you so much, sweetheart. He talked about you all the time." I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to believe her so badly. 2 weeks later came the will reading. The lawyer, Mr. Peterson, called us both into his office downtown. Linda showed up in another expensive outfit, her new boyfriend waiting in the car outside. Yeah, new boyfriend. Dad had been gone 14 days. Mr. Peterson opened the envelope and started reading. The house, going to Linda. The savings account, Linda. Dad's vintage car collection he'd spent 30 years building, Linda. The small business he started from nothing, also Linda. I sat there feeling completely numb, not even surprised anymore, just hollow. Of course she'd gotten everything. She'd had 2 years to work on him while keeping me away. But then Mr. Peterson's face changed. His eyes went wide behind his reading glasses. He pulled out a second document from the envelope, this one on different paper, handwritten. His hands were actually shaking as he read it. My father had written a new will, dated 1 week before he died, in his own handwriting, witnessed by his oncology nurse and his physical therapist. People Linda didn't control. Everything, and I mean everything, was going to me. The house, the money, the cars, the business, all of it. But there was one condition. Linda could only inherit if she could provide concrete proof that she'd allowed and encouraged me to visit him during his illness. Phone records showing she'd called me with updates, visitor logs, photos of us together. Anything demonstrating she'd facilitated our relationship. Mr. Peterson looked directly at Linda. "Do you have any evidence of that? Any documentation whatsoever?" The color drained from her face. She opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again. He was always so tired. I was protecting him from stress." "That's not what I asked," Mr. Peterson said quietly. "Do you have proof you encouraged their relationship?" That's when I pulled out my phone. My hands weren't even shaking. I'd been waiting for this moment without even knowing it. 2 years of text messages, hundreds of them. "Hi, Linda. Heading over this weekend." No response. "Can I please see Dad tomorrow?" Delivered, never read. "I'm outside. Can you let me in?" Nothing. Then I opened my email and pulled up the folder I'd never thought I'd need. Doorbell camera footage. Dozens of videos I'd requested from their security company, using the account Dad had given me access to years ago. Every single one showed me at the door, and Linda turning me away. There was even audio on some of them. Her voice, clear as day. "He doesn't want to see you right now. Maybe give him some space." Linda lunged for my phone. Actually lunged across the lawyer's desk like some kind of desperate animal. Mr. Peterson stepped between us. "Mrs. Johnson, I suggest you sit down." "This is ridiculous," she screamed. "He was my husband. I took care of him." Mr. Peterson pulled out another document. "Your husband also left a letter. Would you like me to read it?" Linda went silent. He read it anyway. My dad's words, in his shaky handwriting from those final days. "Linda kept my son from me when I needed him most. She gets nothing. Charlie gets everything. And he'll know I never stopped loving him." I started crying right there in that office. Ugly crying. Because for 2 years, I'd wondered if maybe Dad really didn't want to see me. If maybe I was the problem. The house, the savings, the 1967 Mustang he'd restored with his own hands, the business he'd built from a single food truck into 3 restaurants. All mine. Linda left that office with nothing but the designer purse on her arm. Her boyfriend didn't even wait. His car was already gone when we got outside. Turns out my dad knew exactly what she was doing the whole time. He just couldn't stop her while he was weak from treatment. So instead, he made sure she'd pay for it after he was gone.